Thanks for stopping in. The New York Jets have their quote-unquote dress rehearsal coming up to close out the preseason against the New York Giants. And if this video is at all informative to you, a thumbs up is greatly appreciated. 3 headlines and 5 position battles to watch. Headline number 1, obviously, Denzel Mims. Going to be moved most likely within the next 72 hours here because teams want to know whether they're counting him in to their final 53 or not. And he should get a decent amount of reps tomorrow afternoon after the first, second quarter. Definitely the second half should be a Denzel Mims highlight reel, so the Jets can maybe bump up slightly that trade value. And the New York Giants, the Jets' opponent, they could be one of those wide receiver needy teams that ends up pulling the trigger and makes a trade for Denzel Mims. What can we get for him? I don't really know. I think something like the Herndon package, the Jets give up Mims and like a 6th or a 7th, maybe for a 4th. That would be pretty good value to me at this point. Headline number 2, the Jets offensive line finally should be able to get some reps together. George Fant and Dwayne Brown should be out there along with AVT, Connor McGovern, and Laken Tomlinson. And number 3, bouncing off of the offensive line, Breece Hall. He's really the only Jets rookie who has yet to pop or splash in the preseason, and that's mostly because the Jets offensive line has been so injured and battered. Now he'll be running behind the ones. I expect Breece to make a couple of nice runs tomorrow. Position battles to watch. The first thing I'm looking at is, now that Denzel Mims might be out of the picture soon, is who's going to go ahead and claim that number 6 or 5 wide receiver spot. So guys like Calvin Jackson, Irvin Charles, and Jeff Smith, all 3 of those guys could be vying for the 5th spot if the Jets only go with 5, or if they go with 6, one of those undrafted free agents could make it, unless they do a tight end / wide receiver combo with Lawrence Cager. The second spot I'm looking is free safety. Will Parks, Jason Pinnock, and Ashton Davis. One of those guys is not going to make it. Will Parks has been the best. Jason Pinnock maybe has the most untapped potential. Ashton Davis has the draft pedigree. Be interested to see what they do there. Moving on to the defensive line. Again, there's 3 names here, and I don't believe all 3 could make it, but all 3 are NFL caliber players who could land on a roster somewhere. That's Jabari Zuniga, Jonathan Marshall, and Tanzel Smart. The Jets seem to be keen on keeping Nathan Shepard, which I don't agree with, but if they do, it likely leaves Marshall or Smart out of the picture. Maybe one of them could land on the practice squad. And finally, linebacker. The top 3 positions are set, and then Jamie Sherwood, I think, has established himself as the backup Mike, our 4th best linebacker. But that 5th spot is a little bit up for grabs. Hamza Nasruddin is not a lock, in my opinion, from what he's shown. Former 5th round pick. And you got Marcel Harris, who is injured. So that 5th linebacker spot to me is one of those positions where the Jets might fill by plucking somebody who doesn't make another team's roster. That's where I'm looking tomorrow. Hopefully it's a good game. All gas, no break.